Yo, what is up? Kohzzy here. This time with a news video. Shit, I've been delaying this for about 4 months now. I am so behind. A lot of stuff got in the way this semester for me at school. I had to spend more time studying and doing other stuff. I also spent a good 2 months on that A&B too. That took most of my free time. As I said, I will keep doing this because I don't see this around. Plus, I started this back in January, so this is considered an anniversary. So I gotta keep the series rolling on me. This time, I crammed all the months I missed into this video. So this video will consist of news from August, September, October, November, December, and a bit of January. Feel free to skip around. I might go off topic and lay out my own opinions and thoughts for each report. I will leave annotations right here that will organize each category. So yeah, click one of those. If you have anything nice to say or mean to say, leave in the comment section below. Now let's get this thing started. Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale, the anime film, will play in about 1,000 theaters worldwide and will be simultaneously released on March 9th. You better grab your ticket fast when it starts selling. I got a feeling these are gonna go out pretty quick. Aniplex described the movie's story. In 2026, 2 years after the Sword Art incident, a new game called Ordinal Scale is becoming popular among the players. But strange things are happening in the game, and Kirito and the gang are facing a new danger. The film All New Original Story takes place after the Mother Rosario arc, which was the final arc depicted in the TV anime second season. The creator, Riki Kawahara, is writing the new story for the film. Tomohiko Ito is returning from the 2 anime series and the anime special as a director. Shingo Adachi is also returning from the TV anime to design the character based on ABEC's original character designs, and Yuki Kajura is returning to score the music. And speaking of Sword Art Online Alicization Lasting, the 18th volume of the light novel, revealed that a new story arc will begin this year. The announcement teases the new arc with the following sentence: Kirito will return. And no, this isn't a hard spoiler or spoiler at all. Wow, there is plenty of Sword Art Online news. Just to cram all the Sword Art news into one, there will be a new game that will feature a crossover between Riki's work of Cell World and Sword Art Online. The game is titled Cell World vs Sword Art Online Millennium Twilight. The game will only be available for the PS4 and Vita. The game is set to be released sometime in 2017 in Japan. The tagline for the game says, "Cross through time and the worlds of acceleration and imagination will clash." There isn't much about the game at the moment, but based on the screenshots they released, it looks exactly similar to all the previous Sword Art Online games. Nothing to be impressed about. Jumping into more SAO related news. A new smartphone game based on Sword Art Online will be arriving soon to the iOS and Android. The game is a side-scroll type action RPG that features both the television show story and original story. It will also support online co-op play. It is called Sword Art Online Memory Defrag. It was recently released in Japan in August. I played it and it was pretty meh, to be honest. Wasn't that great, and it was kind of grind intensive. I just didn't like the gameplay and the mechanics. Still, it's great news if you love Sword Art and you are dying for a mobile game for it. Now when are we gonna get Grand Order? Come on! Shit. Tokyo's Joypolis theme park revealed details of its upcoming collaboration with Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale. The attraction launched on January 21st and will operate until February 26th. Oh boy, Sword Art is getting completely out of hands. There are just so much promotions for it and marketing centering around the series. It just amazes me. The series must be making a shit ton of profit if they are dishing out this much things for it. Now the last news that pertain to Sword Art Online. There was supposed to be a Sword Art Online concert by composer Yuki Kajura, but was cancelled due to visa issues. The concert was scheduled to be held on January 14 at the Hollywood Dolby Theater. People who bought their tickets got their full refund. Even though they got their full refund, Aniplex is throwing out an apology gift or incentive for those who purchased their tickets. Those who purchased tickets will still receive an event pamphlet and an exclusive Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale pouch. The distribution for these are yet to be announced. I'm gonna assume by mail. Such a misfortunate news. Funny to say that a group of friends, including myself, were all planning to go, but none of us actually bought our tickets. And there you go, all the Sword Art news in the past months that I missed. Now for Fate news. Shit, just like Sword Art Online, there's a shit ton going on for Fate in 2017. Actually, I think this is much more. My heart just can't take this anymore. Stop it, Fate! Fate Stellar released in Japan on November 10th and released in North America on the PS4 and PS Vita on January 17th. Here's a brief description of the game. In a future ruled by all-powerful lunar supercomputer Mooncell Automaton, these champions now duke it out for the dominance over the digital realm. Seraph. Let's just call it Seraph. The story takes place after the events described in Fate Extra and depicts the world after the previous Holy Grail War. Players will experience the story from the independent perspectives of the 3 heroine servants and face off against foes from a variety of Fate production, including characters from Fate Stay Night, Fate Apocrypha, and Fate Grand Order, and fast-paced action. A new form change battle mechanic debuts this entry to match the series' first gameplay style, transforming the player's controlled servants and granting them considerable powers that allow them to devastate enemies and take on formidable challenges head-on. Now more Fate news. Fate the franchise will be getting another anime series called Fate Apocrypha, and it will be animated by A1 Pictures. It is an adaptation of Yoichiro Higashite's novel. Premise of the story is as followed. There was once a Holy Grail War, waged by 7 mages and heroic spirits in a town called Fuyuki. As World War II began, a magician took the opportunity of stealing the Holy Grail as the entire world was distracted with the Great War. Several decades have passed, and the Yeek Millennia family, who took upon the Holy Grail as its symbol, defected from the Mage Association and declared their own independence. Furious, the association sent a force to deal with the Yeek Millennial, but they were defeated by the summoned servants. With the Holy Grail system change, or at an unprecedented scale, with 7 versus 7 breaks out, and thus, the curtain rises on the epic-making Great Holy Grail War. Fate Apocrypha is set to air sometime in 2017. Shit, this is one of the adaptations that I've been looking forward to since the big announcement of Fate Extra. I think this is better than Fate Extra. I finally get to see my favorite servants animated. Sweet. I really would love to talk more about it, but I think I might just get off topic here. My excitement just cannot be contained right now. And speaking of Extra, there was also a new trailer for the anime series that state that the anime will air next winter apparently. And of course, there's more news. There was a new teaser for Ufotable's movie adaptation of Heaven's Feel. The film project will be split into 3 separate films, with the first premiering sometime in 2017. The project was initially announced in 2014 as a single film. If they actually stick to the original plan, as making it one single movie, that would have been really bad. It literally would have been shit if they jam it all into one movie. It would have been such a huge fucking mess. All I'm gonna say is, best route INC and my personal favorite. I won't say much because I might blur out spoilers, cause I'm just fanboying right here at the moment. Now for the final Fate news for 2016, there was an Anime Hour special of Fate Grand Order, an adaptation of Type Moon's mobile game. The story is as followed. The story is set in the year 2015, during the final era over which magic still held sway. The Humanity Survival and Security Organization, Chaldea, was established to observe the world that can only be seen by magic and the world that can only be measured by science, and as well as prevent the final extinction of mankind. Thanks to the efforts of many researchers, the path of human history has been ensured for 100 years into the future. However, without warning, the realm of the future that was under constant observation by Chaldea vanished. The extinction of humanity in 2017 was observed. Confirmed. The apparent cause of the extinction was in the Japanese city Fuyuki in 2004. In this city, there was an unseen realm, which had never existed until now. Chaldea issued the Grand Order for a Holy Grail expedition to investigate, uncover, and possibly destroy the singularity that apparently will cause the extinction of humanity. I don't even know if this is considered a spoiler, but I just say anyways. This is only one episode, so consider this like an OVA or a movie, you could say. Sadly, this is not going to be a series, and it is probably just a way to promote the mobile game. And yeah, the OVA did do its job. The player base did kick up after the special. I'm starting to see a lot of new players because there's a spike in English in-game names, plus they are low leveled. And yup, I played this a lot and it is very fun to me. And it is one of the mobile games out there that I am very loyal to. And I've been playing this for a good year or so, probably almost 2 years. This game is very easy to play and follow along. The only downside is that you just gotta know how to read some Japanese to get most of the story if you care that much about it. Plus, it really expands the Nasuverse even further. Everything that is Fate related is canon in case some of you guys do not know. Spin-offs for this franchise does not exist, except for Carnival Phantasm. That show is just for lulz and the sole purpose of it is just fan service. Also, if you guys did not know, Grand Order in Japan, it is one of the highest gross app and the most downloaded in app stores. Since it's licensed by Aniplex, there might be a slim chance that the mobile game will be global like the new Sword Art Online mobile game. I hope. Please, Aniplex, do it! And for those of you who started playing it or are playing it right now and need some more firepower, you can add me. I'll put my friend code in the description below. October 2016 marked the 10 years since audience were introduced to Lelouch in the Empire Britannia. The staff behind the series had a special 10th year anniversary special event at the Mahama Amphitheater in Chiba on November 27th. The event was called KohzzyJo's Lelouch of the Rebellion Anniversary of a Miracle. At the event, they revealed the sequel to the series. The title on it is KohzzyJo's Fukatsu no Lelouch, The Resurrection of Lelouch. Oh shit! Yep, boy! The theories, they were alright. My excitement cannot be contained right now. I don't want to say much, but I guess the new title is already indicator of a spoiler. All hail Lelouch and all hail Britannia. Woo! In addition, they also announced that KohzzyJo will be getting 2 movies before the sequel. The 2 films will recap 2 of the anime seasons and remaster the anime. Hopefully, there won't be heavy CG involved in this, like what they did with Akito the Exiled. I hope they keep the quality as the anime series. And I just realized this, and if you really think about it too, KohzzyJo's quality was very ahead of its time. Compare other anime in 2006 to KohzzyJo's, you will see KohzzyJo steamrolls them in terms of animation and thematic shit. I will keep you guys posted on more KohzzyJo's news when more gets leaked out. The staff and the cast for the television anime adaptation One Punch Man announced that the anime will be receiving a 2nd season. The series is also getting a smartphone game sometime this year. Good news for all those One Punch Man fans out there, and over these past years, the series has gained a massive spike in popularity, and people are taking note of its concept and story. It's amazing how the series got well received by the general audience. People are throwing in Saitama to death battles with other anime characters. This is just insane. I couldn't be more happier for the creator. Murata definitely deserves it. Now comes in my opinion. Disregard this if you like, I'm going to be quite frank here. I did not enjoy One Punch Man as much as others did. The story to me was just bland. There is hardly any backbone to the character development too. I did however enjoy it to a certain extent, but I do not believe it deserves a 10 or a 9. At most, the series should be given a solid 7 or an 8. Plus, I noticed that the fan base for the series can be pretty hardcore and really aggressive if one talks down on it. It's to a point where it becomes really irritating. For what I just said, excuse me here, but some of the fans are cancerous. If you hate me for saying this, I understand and respect your stance for the series. Just take what I said with a grain of salt, please. Now back on track now. It's kind of funny and a shocker to see Madhouse doing a 2nd season. I guess the demand for more caught the studio's attention for once. Good job Madhouse for finally listening to your audience. Now in news that I believe the majority of you guys are looking forward to, Attack on Titan Season 2. Oh boy, here we go again! It was announced in 2014 and the fans of the series has been painfully waiting for the 2nd season for years. The 2nd season for the series will air in spring this year. Which studio is still in lead of animation and all staffs are making its return for the new season. The amount of episodes are unknown as of now. I'm gonna make a guess. If the rumors are true, then this will conclude the series as a whole, and it could possibly be a 24 episode or more. 2 core and that could go for 40ish to 50 episodes. Pretty much like what they did with JoJo. This is a guess based on my knowledge and the amount of source material that is published since the end of the 1st season. Think I also heard that the manga is about to end soon. In an interview, Isayama said that in the beginning he estimated that he would end the manga after about 16 volumes, but extend his plans to properly depict the emotional narratives and the growing number of characters. Isayama then said he personally wanted to end the manga in about 20 volumes. The manga is currently on volume 21 and this interview was recorded in 2014. In 2015, he announced that the story is at the 60% mark in terms of completion and said that the story has about 3 years left. 2015 plus 3 equals 2018. A chapter comes out monthly for this too, so that means there's about 12 to 15 chapters left until the story is finished. This is just pure speculations here. Don't take what I say as a reliable source. He can drag it on even further if he wants to. It's his choice. Oh wait, no. It's mostly the publishers. Square Enix has revealed that there will be 6 DLCs for Final Fantasy XV. The 6 DLCs are as followed. A booster package, a holiday package, easy first start with strong shit, playable story with all the other characters, Gladiolus, Ignis, and Prompto. And recently I think they said Iris, Core, Aranea will be playable characters too. And there'll also be some special events going on over time. And of course the game will have a season pass and it'll grant you all the DLCs. To me, I think it's pretty worth. And along with this announcement back then, there was also kind of bad news for the game. Final Fantasy XV got delayed to November 29th. The game was initially set to release on September 30th. The director released an apology video for the delay. He stated that, I quote, "Our main objective for Final Fantasy 15 was to deliver a Final Fantasy of the highest possible quality to every single person who buys the game. We have completed the master version, but when it comes to the highest possible quality, we felt that we had not quite reached that standard yet. It might be a mistake just to deliver the master version we have finished to everyone. My team and I would have winded up regretting it releasing the game with the current master version." One of the big reasons for this delay, however, is not everyone is going to play Final Fantasy 15 with their console connected to the internet. Originally, I was thinking it would be okay and we put all the extra updates into a day one patch. But at that point, I learned there was maybe a lot of people out there who plays in an offline environment and don't have internet. When I found that out, thinking about it again, I am glad I didn't make that decision. Now my opinion, in all honesty, Tabata just made a very sincere excuse. I believe the real reason for the delay was the unoptimized bugs and the game was just not ready to be released yet. I played the demo myself back at E3 and it felt really clunky and just something was really incomplete about it. It was definitely a good move by Square to delay the game, I say. And these past few months after the announcement of the delay, they worked really hard to improve the game to its finest, in which they did. Well, partially. Of course, I got the game myself. And I might make a video about it. I don't know, just an idea of mine. It could just be a plain ass review. I know that might sound unrelated to what my channel is about, but I really want to share my thoughts with the community, and as a Final Fantasy fan, I really want to talk about this game and the future ahead for the Final Fantasy franchise. Anyways, I thank you Tabata from the bottom of my heart. In addition, Square has collabed with PlayStation to create a limited edition PS4 console. The tie-in console features a large image of the moon, one of the key motifs from the game. The lunar image also changes based on what angle a player views it. The console controllers include logos and player names in golden text. The limited edition console will only be available exclusively at GameStop. GameStop. Exclusive. Fuck GameStop! Oops, did I just say that? I sure did. The anime film adaptation of Kuroko no Basket Extra Game sequel manga revealed the film's teaser visual and trailers. The visual features the 5 members of the Generation of Miracles, plus Kuroko and Kagami wearing the Vorpal Swords uniform. The tagline that accompanies the visual reads, "The formation of the strongest dream team ever." I love Kuroko, but this special story was pretty meh, probably because it was short as fuck. The film will open in Japan on March 8th. The film will be a sequel to the television anime series. It takes place after Kuroko and Kagami become second-year students. And an American street ball team called Jabberwocks comes to Japan and play a friendly match with a Japanese team. But after the Japanese team suffer a crushing defeat, the team members of Jabberwocks start mocking Japanese basketball. Their hateful comments enrage Riko's father. And so, he gathers a team made up of the 5 Generation of Miracles, plus Kuroko and Kagami, and call it the Vorpal Swords, to have revenge against the Jabberwocks. Well, time to see this shit animated, and I hope it's better than the manga. A trailer was teased for the Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha Reflection movie. This is the 3rd film for the series. The trailer reveals that the 3rd movie will start its screening this summer. This movie takes place after Ace and before Striker S. I recommend you guys check this series out. You can just watch the 1st and the 2nd movies if you do not want to watch the main series. Those are done well, and the shit in it is just amazing. God, I am so hyped for this. If you follow my videos, you know that I love the Nanoha series. This is probably one of the best news I heard in 2016. Toho and Warner Brothers announced they are both in a collaboration to produce a live-action film adaptation of JoJo Bizarre Adventures Diamond Unbreakable. The film is already in production and it is set to hit theaters during summer. Oh man. They plan to adapt the entire Part 4 arc into the movie. I wonder how they're gonna accomplish that. I don't know if I should be happy or worried about this news. Let's just hope this isn't bad. Well, let's admit it. It's gonna be shit. Period. Moving on. More JoJo news. The series will be receiving a mobile game that will be available for Droids and iOS. The game is titled JoJo Bizarre Adventures Diamond Records and it is slated for a 2017 release. The game will be free to play with the option of purchasing in-game items. So far, the playable characters that are confirmed are only from Part 1 to Part 4 only. Hopefully, Part 5 to Part 8 will be announced. I will keep you guys posted on this when more news get leaked. After Assassination Classroom anime series of manga was concluded, it received a movie that featured the students of Class E once again. The original story takes place the day before the class reunion depicted in the end of the manga. 7 years after the manga climax. Yusei Matsui, the manga creator, collaborated with the film staff for the original story. The film visual already hinted at the story, showing the character designs for Nagisa and Karma 7 years after the manga's climax. Screen Vision Media and 4K Media announced that they will collaborate to release Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimension film in the United States and Canada on January 27th. Sweet, we now have a release date for the movie. You better buy your tickets fast when they start selling. This is gonna sell like hotcakes. I hope it's good. The previous movie, Bonds of Time, was pretty mediocre. More sweet Yu-Gi-Oh! News. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist got ported from the PlayStation 4 and Xbox Arcade to PC. The game is about 20 bucks with the base. With all the DLCs, the total comes out to 85 bucks. There's about 20 DLCs at the moment. I bought it and refunded after realizing there's a hidden paywall. Certain cards are only unlockable by buying the DLC. This was a total letdown for me. If you want to play a good PC Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, try the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Pro 2. It is probably the best one you can find out there, and it is completely free. You have all access to all the cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Existence, and you can customize your own deck. A simple Google search will lead you to the site to download it. Now the last bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! News. Konami released Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Link for the iOS and Android. The game is free to play, and it will contain in-game microtransactions for special decks and cards. The game is surprisingly fun. It is fast-paced and the gameplay is altered to accommodate new players. It's simplified as fuck and duels last for about 2 minutes maximum. The game has an RPG element to it. Players can level up their characters, obtain cards, and complete missions to progress in the story. Players can battle against friends and duelists from all around the world and compete in real-time duels in online matching mode. Players can also practice with the deck of the duelists they compete against in the past and watch replays of previous duels. If you're interested in playing this game, look up the game on the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Everyone seems to love it based on the reviews. Funimation announced it will screen the Steingate movie Load Region of Deja Vu in the US this year. A bit late, don't you say? The movie was released in 2013 in Japan. It was fan subbed a year later. The film reunites the old cast once again as they undergo a new story and adventure. This new story takes place after the true ending of the anime series. If you love Steins Gate, I recommend you check this out. In addition, Steins Gate will be getting a sequel prequel called Steins Gate Zero that will air sometime this year. My best bet is summer or fall. The game was also recently localized. If you are too impatient and wait for the anime, you can just play the visual novel. The movie that almost every anime fan is talking about at the moment, Kimi no Wa, Your Name. Funimation announced that they are going to screen the movie in 200 theaters in the US. Each theater will support both the sub and the dub for the movie. We get to pick which version we want to watch. Who wants to watch the dub anyways? Just kidding. The film opened in Japan late August and has become the #1 highest grossing film of all time in Japan, beating Spirit Away, but keep in mind that this is without inflation. There was a special screening for it in Anime Expo 2016 too. I could have went, but I slept in my hotel room while some buds went. Boy, do I regret myself for sleeping so late that night before. Really wish they would have woke me up, but of course they aren't assholes. I think the opening date for the film is sometime in April. The full trailer for the live-action Ghost in the Shell movie was released. I already talked about this countless of times in my past news video. So far, this does look okay. Some stuff might have been changed, but that doesn't really bother me that much. I know some of you guys are pretty furious or just turned off by it, but come on, this isn't even the final product yet. Give the movie a chance. I could be wrong though. This might be a complete blunder for all I know. Plus, if it does end up bad, it would make me look like a retard for defending it. For instance, the recently live-action movie of Assassin's Creed. I found it mediocre, well, below mediocre, but a lot of my friends came out the theaters completely disgusted and calling it a huge disaster. One of them also told me they want to kill themselves for watching that. Oh well. We will see when the time comes. The movie is set to open on March 31st, one day before April Fools. Another Gets related news. Funimation is teaming up with Lionsgate to screen Ghost in the Shell the anime film in theaters in the United States on February 7th and 8th. The February 7th screening will have the original Japanese audio with English subtitles, while the February 8th screening will have the English dub. Tickets will only be sold online, and only specific theaters will be playing the anime film. The first visual for the live-action Tokyo Ghoul movie is revealed. The visual shows the main protagonist Kaneki Ken in his iconic ghoul mask. I talked about this a couple times in my previous news video. I still got a bad feeling about this shit. Oh boy. There's so many live-action anime movies lately. What the fuck's going on? I wonder what is the Sheeta response to this. Plus, how my homeboy Kaneki feels about this. Hey, how you feel, man? You alright? Oh, you pissed? Yeah, me too, man. According to the poster, the movie is set to screen in Japan sometime this summer. Sony announced PlayStation Now cloud gaming service for Windows PC. Wow, even Sony wants a piece of the PC platform now. Sony released a DualShock 4 USB wireless adapter device in September for $25. The device allows players to use the PS4 DualShock 4 controller on PC and Mac wirelessly. PS Now is a subscription service that lets you stream hundreds of PS3 games to your PS4 and Windows PC. New games are set to be added every month, so the experience will always be fresh and new. The cost of the subscription varies, $20 for a month, $45 for 3 months, and $100 for a year. Pretty pricey if you ask me, and there is not many PS3 games that are worth it. Sony revealed their new upgraded PlayStation console, the Slim and the PS4 Pro. The PlayStation 4 Slim launched on September 15 for $300. This model will be the new standard PS4. There is hardly much performance increase compared to the OG PS4. On the other hand, the PlayStation 4 Pro console shipped on November 10 for $400. The Pro features upgraded CPU, I think it's about 400 more GHz, GPU of 4.2 teraflops, a huge upgrade from 1.84, and 8 gigs of GDDR5 memory, and comes in with a 1TB hard drive. The system will also have an ultra high definition 4K and HDR support. And just to let you know, the console will now output true native 4K. It is just a simple upscale and a technique called the checkerboard. I don't want to explain it because some of you guys probably won't be able to understand it. Plus, I might get off topic because I am a tech geek. I really don't want to make this video too long. All I know is it's a very ingenious technique. Read it up if you're interested. Several games that have previously been released will get an upgraded patch for the PS4 Pro. Sony also announced that it will offer HDR support for all other PS4 consoles by firmware updates. The same disc and downloads will be available on both the standard model and the new PS4 Pro. But some games will play differently on the PS4 Pro to support the higher resolution and frame rates. I grabbed myself a Pro even though I do have a boss ass PC. Now I'm part of the 2 biggest gaming platforms. Muster race, boy! Who's with me here? It is sad to see that Sony isn't going for the 1080p 60 FPS. Fuck the 4K and HDR, honestly. It's just a bonus. Super sampling and downscaling is why I got this for, along with better frame rates. Totally worth it for the performance increase if you want to get a console as of now. Still, there's not much games that supports the Pro yet, so you won't get much out of that system at the moment. In the future, the Pro will definitely be more optimized and perform as what it has been retailed for. If you have a PS4 already, don't bother unless you really want that boost. Plus, if you want to wait longer, I think this year or next year, the Xbox Scorpio is set to deliver even better shit than the Pro. Square Enix released Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue for the PlayStation 4. The game was released on January 12th in Japan and January 24th in North America. The disc has 2 games and a movie all in one. The first game is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance HD. Dream Drop Distance is the HD port over from the 3DS. The game will run at 60 FPS. In case some of you guys do not know, this is a sequel to Kingdom Hearts 2. The next game is called Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2 A Fragment Passage. In this chapter, Aqua becomes the protagonist. This is a sequel to the PSP game Birth by Sleep. The game will run at 60 FPS only on the Pro, sadly. What a bummer to those FPS enthusiasts like myself. Well, it's not really a problem if you really do not care about it. The last part of the game will feature a movie depicting a mysterious meeting of the Foretellers, the 5 Keyblade Masters. The movie is titled Kingdom Hearts Chi. The game was initially set to release in December, but it was delayed to this month. As a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, surprisingly this does not concern me at all. Delays are always a good thing anyways, more optimization, less bugs and glitches. Further into Kingdom Hearts news, Yen Press announced it has acquired the license for Kingdom Hearts novel series. Tomoko Kanamaki wrote both the 4 volumes Kingdom Hearts 2 and the 3-volume Kingdom Hearts 358 2 Days novel series, with original plan by Tetsuya Nomura, supervision by Kazushige Nojima, and the illustrations by Shiro Amano. Pretty cool. I guess it's a good alternative to understand a story before jumping into the series without playing all the games. The story is pretty convoluted too, if you do not know the backstory. Another good news that follows along with this is Square is going to release Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 for the PS4 in March. The The collection contains Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 358 2 Days HD Remastered Cinematics, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, Kingdom Hearts Recoded. And no lie, this is totally worth it, and it will well prepare you for Kingdom Hearts 3. God Eater Online was announced. The online game will only be mobile. There was also a gameplay trailer that shows off a bit, ranging from character customization to some battles. It looks pretty meh to be honest. Sucks that it's only going to be released in Japan. And I do not believe they plan to release this globally. Nothing about this at the moment, so I really have nothing to say. We'll try it when it's out since I did enjoy all the God Eater games. Time to fuck Origami's up. In late October, Nintendo announced their new console to rival against their competitors, the Xbox One and the PS4. The new console is called the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo showcased the mobility of this new system. Nintendo Switch offers a custom NVIDIA Tegra processor with a NVIDIA GPU, a high-definition display, detachable Joy-Con controllers, a Nintendo Switch dock for connecting the system to a television. I find it pretty cool, but I really do not see myself enjoying this or even getting one. It seems really gimmicky. This is possibly Nintendo's last chance on saving themselves. If they fuck this up, it will end up hurting them dearly. If you're investing in any Nintendo stocks at the moment, a smart decision is to opt out before it's too late. I'm not even joking here. The console is set to hit the shelves on March 3rd. Compound Hearts announced the next Neptunia game. It is called Cyber Dimension Neptune, 4 Goddess Online. The synopsis is as followed. A very long time ago, in an empty world, 4 goddesses created a world tree called Rin Verde. From the center that sprout that small tree, lands and oceans were born. Finally, the goddesses gave the world a name. They named it Asgard. The game story features the series of 4 goddesses being chosen as beta testers for an online game. The online game is set in a world named Asgard. There, the goddesses meet a guardian spirit that guides adventurers. In this game's story, the players play as the chosen ones of the goddesses who must end the terror of an evil demon lord. The game is said to serve as an offline action RPG that takes place in an MMO world. Just think of this as a parody of Dot Hack and Sword Art Online games. I think that's what it's going for. I find this new Neptunia game to be very interesting. It looks a lot better than the previous ones and feels more fluid. I might get my hands on a copy when it reaches the States. It looks and plays a lot better than Sword Art Online games too. God, those games were pretty atrocious in terms of gameplay and mechanics. As expected from shitty Bandai Namco when it comes to games. Yup, I hate the company. The game is set to release on February 9th in Japan on the PS4. Remember Akame ga Kill? The manga series just concluded this month, I think a couple weeks ago. I was really disappointed by the anime adaptation. I did not like how they changed the story near the end. It kinda ruined it for me. As for the manga, I'm satisfied with the results. If you truly like the series, definitely give the manga a read. You will see more shit, gore and stuff like that. And most importantly, character development. And yes, the ending is altered quite a bit. This is where the real canon is at, guys. And seriously, just forget about the anime. There's also a prequel manga called Akame ga Kill 0 that focuses on Akame's former life as a professional assassin in the Imperial employ. The prequel manga is also reeling towards its climax too. Funimation announced it has acquired the license for Dragon Ball Super. The license covers streaming, digital download, home video distribution, broadcasting opportunities, and merchandising. Another great news about it, it will be English dubbed with the original cast. How sweet is that? Nostalgia to the max. The dub is currently airing on Toonami as of now. The creator of Black Lagoon, Rei Hiroi, announced his newest work, Recreators, will be receiving an anime adaptation. Oh boy, another Re in its title. When will this end? Hiroi is credited for providing the original concept and the original character designs for the anime. The director for Outer Noah Zero, Fate Zero, is directing the anime at his newfound studio called Troika. Aoki and Hiroi are working together on series composition. Hiroi also said he will resume Black Lagoon manga in the near future. I would really love to see what this new work is all about. It may look different in a completely different style from his previous masterpiece, but I guess he had to do it to adapt in the current trend and style. The anime synopsis is as followed. Humans have created many stories, joy, sadness, anger, and deep emotions. Stories shake our emotions and fascinate us. However, these are only the thoughts of bystanders. But what if the characters in the story have intentions? To them, are we godlike existence for bringing their stories into the world? Our world has changed. Mete out punishment upon the realms of the gods. In Recreators, everyone becomes a creator. The anime is set to air this spring. Since this one is long, I don't want to do what I usually do in my news video, such as saying what's streaming what in the dub announcements. I am so sorry, and I promise I'll make up for this in the future. Well, there you have it guys, all the big news up until this video is released. Yeah, I know I missed a lot, but these are the biggest ones in the past month that I missed and worth mentioning. This is what I get for making this so fucking late. This is not acceptable. I would try and make one monthly starting this year, and that would be my other New Year resolution. And just to let some of you guys know, if you watched up to this point, after this one is out, I will be spending a lot of time creating that collaboration video. You guys will not be disappointed. This big project is going to be equivalent to the Mona Lisa. Just kidding. It will be my best fantasmo work yet. And as always, thank you guys for watching and keeping up with my content for the past years. I came a long way, and I sincerely thank all of you guys from the bottom of my heart. If you want more content like this, sub. Kohzzy out.